Here to share her thoughts on the rollout. Former Missouri Senator and NBC News analyst Claire McCaskill. Senator, always good to have you. Thanks for your time this morning.
Sure. Good to be with you, Craig.
Let's talk about the rollout there in Delaware yesterday, that first official appearance together, that virtual fundraiser last night. How do you think they're handling the rollout so far, again, against the backdrop of this pandemic?
Yeah, I was worried, honestly, because I knew there wasn't going to be an audience. There wasn't going to be the energy in the room you typically have for a rollout. But I was pleasantly surprised. I thought both of their speeches were powerful, both poignant and pointed in terms of what this country needs. And frankly, the response has been overwhelming for them. Think about this, Craig. They had a virtual fundraiser last night that had over 200,000 people who donated. Over 40,000 people were live on the line for their virtual fundraiser, raising almost $10 million. And they raised like $24 million in less than 24 hours. So that is a lot of people giving $10. That's a lot of people giving a little bit of money because everyone is anxious to have grown-ups in the White House again.
What do we make of her role in the campaign, Senator? And by that, I mean, I know a lot of Democrats were excited because, you know, Kamala Harris is one of those folks that can really get a crowd riled up. Well, they're not going to be campaigning in the traditional way. Does that change in any remarkable way her role over the next few months in the campaign?
Well, Kamala's path to public service began in a courtroom as an assistant DA. And when you are in the courtroom in front of a jury, you have to be surgical and you have to be ready for anything that might come your way. So I think her role will be to make the case calmly with facts about the failures of the current White House. And obviously, the biggest exhibit of that is what we're seeing every day with this virus. And they've got a lot of facts on their side. And I think she will deliver them with a smile on her face, but with surgical precision.
It looks like Republicans haven't fully settled on their line of attack, although it does seem that the president is going to use the words mean and nasty to continue to describe her over the next few months. How should she handle these attacks from the administration?
She should ignore him. Most Americans will. I mean, this is schoolyard stuff. And by the way, he's doing really badly with women right now. And calling a woman names does not help him with women. Calling her mean and nasty doesn't get him anywhere. And you know what, Craig, they're having a hard time landing a punch. They can't make up their mind. You know, is she too conservative? Is she too liberal? Does she love cops? Does she hate cops? Is she, mean to Biden, or is she controlling Biden? I mean, it is really interesting to see for a campaign that knew this was probably coming. I think they are really caught flat-footed in terms of any line of attack that's going to be effective against Kamala Harris.
You spent some time with her serving in the upper chamber. Her failed presidential campaign, Senator, any idea what she may have learned from that campaign that she may try and apply here?
I think she learned a lot. And I got to say, until somebody has run for president, I think it's very hard to comment on what it's like. But Joe Biden has, and Joe Biden knows what he learned in his failed attempts to get the nomination. And I think he sees that she has probably learned some of those same lessons. She is a dear friend. She was one among many that were very qualified. But I do think he's picked somebody who's ready for the pressure of this job, and his path going through the same process, I think, told him that she would be the right pick.
Former Missouri Senator Claire McCaskill, always good to have you, Senator. Thank you. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you, Craig.